Well, well, well. How the turntables.
Hey everyone, Couch Investor back to another Intel video for today. This is probably my best intro in all the videos I made on my channel. So, Intel came out with some pretty good news, in my opinion, not just for shareholders, but for gamers worldwide, because we need more competition in the GPU market, and we certainly also need more competition in the CPU market. Now, that's not to say that competition wasn't there, right? Intel is still alive, AMD is there, Nvidia is there. They're coming out with their own CPU as well. So Nvidia is coming into AMD and Intel's playground. Intel is going into Nvidia's playground. So competition is good because the prices, as we've seen with Nvidia, right? The RTX 4090, $1,600 for that. I think a lot of people weren't really happy to hear about that price tag. So we're gonna have a look at everything that was announced for Intel, and I'll share my thoughts throughout this video. But let's first have a look at the chart, because this is the state of Intel, the stock. As you can see, we're now as low as 2015. I'll repeat it. Today, price of Intel stock is as low as 2015. I mean, this is just, look at it. This is a horrible chart. Double top here, and since then it's been going down into oblivion. Now, if we look at it in the short term, yes, we are oversold. Yes, we might see a reversal. Depends again on the market itself. We are entering, well, this is the last week of the quarter, so expect, I think in a month from now, earnings, as they say here, October 26th. Let's see what happens there. That could be a make or break. We already know it's not going to be the best of quarters, even with the announcements right now, because obviously it's only a couple of days and the releases only happen October 12th. So that will only affect Outlook, which obviously they will talk about during the earnings call. I will cover all of that on this channel. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button and hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy this type of videos. And also, if you want to support me, and maybe I'll buy an Intel 13 Gen CPU next year with maybe an Intel GPU as well, and try and test it out. So if you want to support me and this channel, to check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment to get the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to full.com/couchinvestor and make sure to check out all the other links in the pinned comment. Now, I also want to clear something out. It's just because my last video was a bit, let's say, bearish on Intel does not mean I don't hold the company anymore in my portfolio. It's still in my portfolio. I'm still collecting dividends. I'm still bullish on the long-term trajectory of the company. But obviously, last quarter was a complete disaster. Obviously, there are still some challenges in the years to come. Just because they say by 2025, 26, they're going to be the leaders again, and everything that Pat keeps on repeating and repeating does not mean I have to turn a blind eye at some things that I think are troubling. I'll call it out even on the companies I own in my portfolio. So first things first, and that's Intel's 13 Gen CPU. Now, last year they came out with the 12th generation, which was already a very big upgrade on the 11th one, which I'm currently running on my gaming laptop, which also runs a RTX 3060, that's Nvidia. And with this latest generation, they say here they're raising the standards of PC performance. The 13th Gen Intel Core family is the latest example of how Intel is enabling amazing experiences to happen on the PC at scale and across all PC product segments. Combine this with an industry-leading partner ecosystem and new solutions like Intel Unison, and together we are showing the world what's truly possible with the PC experience going forward. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but this is basically everything you will need to know, unless you want to go into all the details. So Intel's 13th Gen processors arrive October 20th with $589, flagship core i9, it's the 13,900. Same thing here with the 12th generation, the 12,900K i9, which was their flagship one. Obviously, the price tag here, I think, is much lower than what most people were expecting. So I'm very curious to see what the profit margins are on these type of chips, because I'm pretty sure that they're now underpricing just to get more market share. And yes, as a reminder, Intel warning of price increases is not forgotten, and this announcement also comes just after AMD launched their new Ryzen 7000 processors in battle for desktop dominance. Now, so for those of you like myself who had Intel for a couple of years, you know that their CPU wasn't great at all. 9th, 10th, 11th generation, not good. 12th generation, much better, and I expect the 13th one to be even better than that, which obviously makes sense. New generation should perform much better. Now, let's go to the next segment, which is GPU. New market for Intel, pretty big one as well. So this one, the ARC A770 GPU is priced at just, I'm saying just because if you see at how high the NVIDIA GPUs are priced, it's priced at just $329, available October 12th. And the price matches that of NVIDIA's RTX 3060, which is obviously not new, a card that the A770 is expected to comfortably outperform. As you can see here on the screen, and this I'll add it because not everybody is following along maybe, this is for 1080p gaming ray tracing. And to add to what I said at the start of this video, competition is good, and that's exactly what Pat is saying here. We've been seeing that for a long time the price of GPUs is right in this $200 to $300 range. But what's happened in the last few years is that they've gotten super expensive. You should be frustrated because you are losing out as the gaming community, and today we're fixing that. Now again, I would like to reiterate that this does not mean that this beats out the 4090 NVIDIA's RTX for $1,600, but it's not supposed to. Not everybody needs an RTX 4090 in their PC. Some people should be very content with this one for a much cheaper price. Now there has been some backlash with regards to NVIDIA when obviously the CEO Jensen Huang said that Moore's Law is dead. Now, Pat came out and said that Moore's Law is alive and well in his keynote. Again, it really depends on how much profit you want to generate on each and every chip that you produce and how well your technology is. So to conclude, does this mean that Intel is now back on top? No, far from it. But this is certainly a step in the right direction, and that's exactly what me as an Intel shareholder, probably you as well, and the gaming market as well, want to see. More quality chips entering the market at a reasonable price. Now again, I have this question of how profitable are those chips, because they did say that the chips will become a bit more expensive. Now we see that the prices are pretty low, so we'll have to see what they have to say during the earnings call. But overall, this is good news for Intel. I don't plan on selling any shares of mine. I might be buying pretty soon, especially if it stays at these prices for long. And maybe if we hear some good news during the earnings report, I might add more. In the meantime, I keep collecting those dividends and keep using those dividends to buy actually more shares of Intel, just automatically reinvest that. Obviously, do share your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think this is a great move for Intel? Have you been buying more shares? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you enjoy this type of videos, leave it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe that subscribe button, and I see you all in the next one. Bye bye.